Content area writing strategies. Math problem-solving template. For this math problem-solving template, I'm going to use the following TEKS. Grade 4 Math. Use a problem-solving model that incorporates analyzing given information, formulating a plan or strategy, determining a solution, justifying the solution, and evaluating the problem-solving process and the reasonableness of the solution. And number and operations. We're going to compare two fractions with different numerators and different denominators and represent the comparison using the greater than, equal to, or less than sign. Instructions for classroom use. This math writing template can be provided for the students to help them in problem solving, and it helps show their work and thought process. I was able to easily create this in a Word document in under 5 minutes using the chart option. The first time using this template, the teacher should model with the classroom how to complete this using an example problem. For these instructions, I'm going to demonstrate it using the TEKS that we had mentioned previously. So step 1, what is the problem asking you to do? Here at the top, it says, figure out if 5/3 is greater than, less than, or equal to 7/6. The teacher will ask the students to write what the problem is asking them to do based off of the words in the problem. Step 2, have the students create a plan to solve the problem. They write in detail how they plan to solve the problem, and each student may have a different plan they want to execute. So step 2 here, I wrote, I am going to find the least common multiple and change the denominators so that they are easier to compare. Step 3, have the students use their plan to solve the problem in the workspace, but write an explanation to the right of each step they take in solving it. So here on the left is the workspace, and I wrote out 5/3 and 7/6, and I'm trying to find the least common multiple. And here on the right, I wrote step by step what I was doing. I said, so first I found common multiples of 3 and 6 and listed them. I could use 3, but I thought 6 would be easier because I can multiply the 5/3 by 2 easier. So I multiplied 5/3 by 2 and got 10/6. So 10/6 is greater than 7/6. Step 4. Have the students argue why the way they chose to solve the problem was the best way to do so. I said, I realized to compare the fractions I needed a common denominator. I began by finding common multiples of 3 and 6. I chose 6 since I could multiply one side easily by 2. Once the denominators were the same, I was able to easily compare the numerators of 10 versus 7 and finding that 10/6 was greater than 7/6. Step 5. This step asks the students to expand their thinking. The students can write a different way to solve the problem or make connections to prior knowledge. So here I have that I'm showing a different way that I could have solved this, which was I could also draw out the fractions, and I did so here. But it could be hard to do this if the denominators were larger numbers like 16. I drew them out and I was able to clearly see that 5/3 is larger than 7/6. Lastly, the teacher splits the students into 3 groups where they will peer review each other's work and give praise, suggestions, and ask questions. The students will use this process to polish their work and create a deeper understanding of the why and how they chose to problem solve. Strengths and benefits. The benefits of this strategy is that using writing to document approaches to problem solving, such as devising a plan, carrying out the plan, and looking back promotes metacognitive thinking and a deeper understanding of concept. Broza and Crane, 2018. Overall, I hope that you think of using this strategy in your math classroom. Here you can see that we were able to analyze given information, formulate a plan or strategy, determine a solution, justify the solution, and evaluate the problem-solving process and the reasonableness of the solution while we were comparing the two fractions with different numerators. This process of the math problem-solving template can be used to follow the TEKS B1B, and you can basically change this with any other TEKS. So solving word problems or any other type of problems